It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And here's the pick artist himself, Trayvon Diggs.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Dak going to start out going to the air. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A good pickup there. 26 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing. Prescott. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
So here is Washington now backed up a bit to start their first drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And they'll get him down up past the 15. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll set up to throw. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Smith came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Remember last time out, they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there, not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We're watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complementary with an E now.
That's my English teacher right there.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. It's Barkley on the counter, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Prescott. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. On fourth down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. The kick by Maher is good, and the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Washington offense set to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quickly into the hands of Fuller. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A give up and he loses the football a second time. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. 2nd and 11. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going deep here for Watkins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And the defense closes quickly there. They'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Play action now, Prescott. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. Now, fair catch is called for and taken at we'll call it the 37-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Complete, it's Dotson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding, offense.
Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
Well, you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings, but at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down. Now back to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They're going to look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the 1st down to go along with it. He'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. The Cowboys at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A second down throw for Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The Cowboys on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Prescott off play action. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the first down yardage. It's a pickup of 6. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go to Barkley again. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. Prescott now from the 50. And that is incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On first down, right back to Gibson. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's Fuller. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So as they take it over, we step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. These two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48, a gain of just 1. On on 2nd and 9. Prescott. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is caught. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this is caught by Watkins. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's letting this one go for Fuller. That's caught inside the 20. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Holding offense.
Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First down now, but the clock continues to move. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Back to throw again. Thomas has got it. Complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And in the second quarter, it's the Bears who are out in front. A couple of touchdown strikes there from Justin Fields. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. Robert Woods, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And at the moment, that game is tied with the visiting New York Jets. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for Washington, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both teams currently making their final adjustments. We're getting ready for the second half. So we'll send it back up to FedEx Field and hand things back over to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Steps away to his left.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. Will Fuller, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are even at 10 apiece. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
A big play here for Dallas. 43 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Here's Prescott. Completes it to Samuel. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
He's been a one-man dynamo on this drive so far. You know the other receivers would love to get involved. But right now, his skill and his play has his team in a great position to put 6 points on the board.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted.
took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. The kick by Marr is good, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So a response there to the touchdown on the opening drive of this third quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
This taken in at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Prescott on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Barkley, inside handoff. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Prescott to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Given 2 yards on that one, 2nd and goal now. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
False start. Offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Prescott. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ferguson. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Now Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys are in for 6. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because...
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now a look at Will Fuller as he and the rest of the offense gears up to get ready to go again. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. 1 once more, Gibson.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Andrew Booth picks it off.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Oh, good return up past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They begin with a run by Barkley.
He'll get this to about the 38.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return.
And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory. Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field.
It's the Commanders in possession of the football, but they trail as we start this 4th quarter.
on first down. He'll drop to throw it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Watkins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
2nd and 3. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Fielded just inside the 30. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. This offense so far on 3rd down, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Ron. Tight, but he comes up empty here. And this defense will take over right at midfield. the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback to Barkley on the check down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. A handoff to Barkley. A little juke. And some room to work. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Second and 2. And Thomas has it. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now back to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Here's a give to Barkley. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Now Saquon Barkley.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line.
It's 35.
105 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determine that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner.
Let's go now.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Here's Fuller with a catch. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Back to throw again. Got a man complete. It's Fuller again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he's going to have a Commander's first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to speed things up here. Back to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s? Oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Cowboys, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Washington, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.